Come on, madam. Come on. The Lord wants to use this family. There's a position that God has given to you. A big position. And this is government.
Yes.
So get ready. Yes, you are encountering enemy. A lot of people are hotel. You know the name of hotel?
Yes.
They are say, why him? Why him? Why not him? If it's not the one, why not him? But don't worry. You will be above your enemy.
Amen.
And nobody will chase you from where you are.
Amen.
Don't worry. It's over. Come on. That spirit of infertility is coming out now. Come on. Come on. Because he had a medical report. You too have a medical report about your stomach.
Yes, sir.
Come on. Come on. The mighty name of Jesus Christ. He has a spiritual husband, but the Lord wants to deliver her. Bring her here. What have you done to her marriage?
Promise and fail, things like that.
In the name of Jesus Christ, I command your womb to open. In Jesus Christ's name. Out! Out! The mighty name of Jesus. Out! Vomit it out! Vomit it out! That's what the devil used to tie the womb. It's coming out of the mouth. Out!
I'm Chief Benedict Akika, the Agba King of Olondaba. I was kidnapped on the 4th of September in front of my house around 7:30, 8:30 p.m. And I was taken, and I did not know where they took me to because I was blindfolded for like 8 days. But I was released on the 11th of September. When I got home, my sister now told me that he talked to Mama, and Mama now get to Papa, and Papa said I will be released. And I must come for testimony after I was released. So that's why I'm here to do the testimony that
people of God, you can put better than that. Put your hands together for Jesus. Wow. So, can you just take us back a bit on, the kidnap? Like you said earlier, I said you were kidnapped in front of your house. So can you tell us, what you passed through during those times before our Father and the Lord, Senior Prophet G.F. Adetuberu intervened, sir?
I was tied with rope on my hand and my leg for 8 days. I can't stretch my hand, and my hand got broken. And there's POP on my hand. So 2 days ago, I was here to see the Papa, and the Papa prayed for me. And my hand was just as if nothing happened. And I removed the POP immediately.
Wow, so while you were kidnapped, you sustained a fracture on your hand. So, and when you came around to see, our Father, he also prayed for you. That's what you're saying? Yes. And immediately he prayed for you, he said the fracture disappeared. Yes. Wow, people of God, put your hands together for Jesus. All right, can we see the video of when our daddy here came with the broken hand? This was just 2 days ago when he came.
But now, I'm home with this. I put it like this before I came in here now. It's something like this on my head. It's something like this on my head. And when the man of God touched it and prayed for me now, I remove this hand. I don't turn the hand.
For how long have you had the
After the kidnapping, this is I was kidnapped on the 3rd of September. Yes, I spent 8 days with them. Thank you, Jesus.
Beloved God, put those hands together for Jesus. That was 2 days ago rather, when he came around with a fracture that he sustained while he was kidnapped. So during these times when you were, in these kidnappers, their den, can you tell us what were the things you saw, aside from them tying you, what other things did you experience there? Maybe were there other people that were in your shoes, or what was the environment like? Can you explain to us, sir?
Some people were killed because I was just hearing sound, because I can't see them. I was covered with plaster on my face. So I was just hearing sound. Oro.
So some people were killed, but the God of this mountain, preserved your life. People of God, put those hands together for Jesus. So like you said earlier, you said while you were kidnapped that your sister was privileged to reach out to the man of God, and our father gave a word that you would be released. Can you tell us how many days after your sister got that word from our father were you released, sir?
That is the 3rd day.
The 3rd day after our father gave a word, you were released after the 3rd day. Wow. People of God, put those hands together for Jesus. After just the word, the same place where he was kidnapped, like he said, people were being killed, that he couldn't actually see them because he was, his eyes were covered, but he was hearing the sounds of them, killing people and things like that. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. So, can you tell us the procedure of the release? Did they maybe harm you afterwards, or when they were going to release you, did they just dump you somewhere, or they just opened the door and they told you to leave? How did they do this, sir?
I noticed I was at the back of Elios. They not start on me like this because they don't want people to see me. I think we drove about, let's say, 4 to 5 hours driving. By that, while they would drop me and open my eyes, I was told I should get up in the next 20 minutes. I would just push it inside a bush. So they told me, okay, after 20 minutes, I should get up. And they gave me money for transport. They gave me,
wow.
They gave me
People of God can do better than that. Put those hands together for Jesus. The kidnappers gave you money for transport. Wow. That's very rare. That's not something that actually happens, because people that kidnap because of money or because of rituals. But in your own case, they were actually the ones that gave you transport fare. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. So before I go to your wife about the babies, we can say our beautiful babies. What are their names, sir?
Benedict and Benedicta.
Benedict and Benedicta. Can the camera go on them? Let's see our babies in the house. Wow. People of God, put your hands together for Jesus. So, sir, before going to your wife, can you tell us how long you were waiting before our daddy, Senior Prophet Jeff Adetuberu, prayed for your wife and prayed for you, and this is the result? How long, were you and your wife waiting, sir?
December 12 this year will make 15 years.
15 years. Wow. So that means you people had delay for about 14 years.
Yes.
And after just the prayer from our father, Senior Prophet Jeff Adetuberu, this is the results. Double for your trouble. People of God, put those hands together for Jesus. Our God is a great God. He doesn't just reward people. He rewards people according to what they have lost. Because for 14 years you've been waiting, but rather than give you one, he gave you two. So, sir, during that course of that 14 years, can you tell us what and what you've tried, maybe hospitals? Because that day I remember the man of God talked about medical reports that your wife has, you have. What were the things you had tried, and there were no solutions, sir?
I've tried many places, spent a lot of money, but money cannot do it. It's when we came here, I think it was 3 years ago we were here. So, and the pastor and the papa now said there is something in our wound that needs to come out. And as you can see the TV, you can see she's vomiting something out. So after the vomiting, and she told me her body is being relieved. So by then, we give God the glory. So he give us twins.
Twins. People of God, put those hands together for Jesus. He deserves all the praise. Congratulations. So all the things you tried, they were not working. How did that make you feel, throughout the 14 years when you were passing through that ordeal of, childlessness? How were you feeling at that particular time, sir?
It's a long story. It's a long story, but now, the story is over.
The story is over. People have got to put those hands together for Jesus. Congratulations. What a beautiful testimony. Like our father usually says, God gives evidential testimony. This is an evidence of the work of God on this mountain. Congratulations. Let's speak to mommy twins. Mama.
Mount Zion.
Land of deliverance and holiness.
Please, pardon me the way I was, so I'm not feeling well much. Mount Zion.
Land of deliverance and holiness.
We are waiting for 14 years plus. Firstly, we were here 3 years ago to see the Papa. So, on that day, I sat outside. So, I was telling myself within that, please, let this man's hands touch me. Please, don't let me come here in vain. Because that day was my first time. So luckily for me, that was ministered to some people inside. Then it quickly changed his, I don't know, maybe it's God that touched Papa's mind, quickly changed his mind to come outside. So immediately he came outside, I was the one that Papa touched. Say, Madam, people and God wants to use it for something, but I will not say it now. So then Papa ministered to me, even I didn't know what happened that day until I saw the video 2 days ago that I was vomited something from my mouth. Then after then, when I got home, the following day someone called me here, say it's from CF, I don't know the name, FMIC. So someone called me. I say, I've been willing to see someone from there to share the testimony that I had a dream about what happened to me yesterday at that place. That Papa, the Papa ministered to me in my dream that this same deliverance to me on my dream. So that person was say, glory be to God. But when I was coming to give the testimony, I told her that, don't worry, that I want my testimony to be filled properly so that I will come. But that time, there's nothing like pregnancy. So after 2 years, then God did it. But last year, October, I got pregnant, twins. Then I delivered my baby May 12. So glory be to God. I was not even praying for twins, but God just gave us the twins.
Congratulations. People of God, put those hands together for Jesus. You don't have to pray for twins. God knows what you need. He knows you have lost a lot, 14 years, so he has given you double for the shame, double for the trouble. Congratulations, ma. So, ma, can you tell us, during the course of those 14 years, what were the things that the doctor said, was the problem that you didn't have babies at that time, ma?
Every report, different reports from different doctors that I cannot even explain here. Different reports from different doctors. If I go to this doctor today, the doctor will say that, madam, you have just a little fibroid. If I go to another place, that doctor will not say this one, the other doctor say, you say, madam, you have little cyst. So I have different problems with different doctors because in fact, I just praise God because I don't even know what to say here. Even if I start telling people what I've passed through for 14 years plus, but I thank God. Even my marriage was shaking, but I give God glory today.
People of God, put those hands together for Jesus. Different doctors were giving different diagnoses, but not until you came to the doctor of all doctors. And after just a touch, here are your twin babies. Congratulations. So what are the names of your babies, ma?
The girl name is Benedita. The boy name is Benedict.
Wow, it's even a boy and a girl. People of God, put those hands together for Jesus.
The other name for girl is Olufunke.
All right, congratulations.
The second name for the boy is Oluwasheyi.
Oluwasheyi and Olufunke. Congratulations. Amazing. People of God, put those hands together for Jesus. So, ma, fast forwarding, to your second testimony, when the issue that happened to your husband happened, the kidnapping, what can you say about this, ma? You said you gave birth to them in May, right? You said you delivered them in May this year, ma. So you with new kids and everything, and this happened where your husband was kidnapped. What can you tell us about that period, ma?
So this that was disorganized. I don't even know what to say about that situation, but the people that was my issue can explain better. Because what we are people watching in film is not what is happening in real life. It's more than that. So I just give God glory. In fact.
People of God, put those hands together for Jesus. Sometimes when God does some things, you won't even have the words to be able to explain it. You'll just be shocked and thankful to God. Congratulations, ma. Congratulations. So, ma, that day after the prayer from the man of God that he prayed for you, were you asked to pay any form of money, ma?
No, they did not ask anything from us.
Okay, and maybe it was Daddy that paid on your behalf.
No.
Let's ask Daddy. Was Daddy asked to pay any form of money?
No, nobody asked for money. I did not pay for anything.
All right, and if you were going to give a word of advice to people watching us all over the world, based on the problem you had before about not having children, and even the case of your kidnap, that a word was sent and you were released, and the kidnappers even had to give you transport fare, what advice will you give to people about what God has done for you on these mountains, sir?
My advice to people over there is that they should keep on praying and we should move to God, because God answers prayers. Because I can see, particularly in this church, because my sister showed me the conversation between her and Mama, that I will be released and I must come for testimony. I said, that means God used the man of God for me, for my release, for my family, and I give God the glory.
Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. Now, what can you say about the God that is on this mountain, the God of our father, Senior Prophet G.F. Adetuberu?
The God of this mountain is real. And people should not be going up and down. They should try and stay in one place, because me, from today now, I'll be coming to this place.
People of God, put those hands together for Jesus. Congratulations once again. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations, ma. So right now, I'd just like you to just wave your hands and say, thank you, Jesus, for the release. Thank you, Jesus, for our bundles of joy.
Jesus, for my
people of God, you can join them in
Jesus.
Thanking Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
What a wonderful testimony in this family.
Twins. this year.
And thank you for coming to share your testimony to the glory of God.
My name is Mrs. Bello Abosede. I live along Ologweru Road, Ibadan, and I do business for a living. The person sitting beside me, her name is Amos Blessing. She's a distance cousin. She's the one that needs to be placed on prayer line. She's from my mommy's family. They brought her to Ibadan to stay with my mom. But when she came to Ibadan to stay with my mom, she also started misbehaving. Like, I'm misplacing a lot of money, gossiping, she lies a lot. And she also has spirit of suicide. There was a day she was telling someone that she always feel like killing herself. We now asked her. She said while she was still living in Lagos, that there was a time she drank hypo, that they had to revive her. And she said while she's with my mom currently, that like maybe 2 to 3 times, she felt the same urge to take hypo. That's why she was brought to the healing line. She said she has been having that urge to kill herself since about 2 years ago now. That she has always been feeling like that, to commit suicide, to drink hypo, to kill herself. There was a day she talked to me. She told me about her dreams. That she saw some people carrying sacrifice or so. That they entered into her. And that since that time she started misbehaving in that. Now that she's here, I want the God of my father, Senior Prophet Adetuberu, to please deliver her so that she will be completely free.
My name is Amos Blessing. I live in Ibadan. I am 14 years old. I'm the one that I want to replace on the prayer line because I have the spirit of suicide for 2 years now. Where I'm living before, if she corrects me, I'll just feel like maybe drinking hypo or run away. There are some times that I took hypo. I went inside the bedroom and take it. I used to gossip, lying. I sit with strangers, talk to them. I'm not happy with all this. Yes, I've prayed. Fasting and prayer. I noticed changes, but after a while, I will continue the same behaviors. I have a strange voices. To kill myself or to run away, to drink hypo. Still, take this lie that you are not the one. And I will obey. I want God to deliver me totally.
Says she has attempted to poison herself 3 times. Come, it's a spirit. Come on. Come out of that body right now. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. That spirit is coming out. Come. A demon of death. Come on.
They attempted to
Mighty
poison
name of Jesus
herself
Christ.
3 times in 2 years.
Out of her. Out! In Jesus' name.
Mount Zion. Orúkọ mi ni Ọláìdé Amos. Orúkọ mi ni Ọláìdé Amos. Ọmọ mi ni Blessing Amos. Mo máa ń kiri drinks ni, mo máa ń ta drinks ni. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run orí òkè torí pé Ọlọ́run orí òkè jẹ́ automatic prayer, ó jẹ́ automatic answer. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ sister mi tán mú mi wá sórí òkè torí mi kábàámọ̀ pé mo wá sórí òkè. Mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run máa bá mi dúpẹ́. Mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ pastor orí òkè yìí pé lórúkọ Jésù wọn ní ọ̀fà iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ kò ní bá wọn lórúkọ Jésù.
Okay, she's giving the glory back to God and saying that she's grateful for the God of this mountain because he has never forsaken her, and also prayed for the man of God. Níbà yẹ tẹ̀síwájú láti sọ ẹ̀rí yín fún wa.
Okay ma, ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀rí mi bóyá kí n sọ 10 years sí 9 years wọ́n ní èmi àtọkọ mi tàti the past tó ti fi wá sílẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ mẹ́ta ni wọ́n, mo dẹ̀ struggle, mo dẹ̀ tọ́jú wọn. So mo dẹ̀ ní ẹnìkan ní church wa. So wọ́n sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ bá mi mú ọmọ kan, wípé àwọn fẹ́ bá mi mú first born mi sọ́dọ̀. Mo dẹ̀ sọ pé okay mo ti gbọ́. But bí a week ọmọ yẹn lọ síbẹ̀, ó sọ pé òun ò gbé bẹ́ẹ̀ pé òun padà sọ́dọ̀ mọ́mì òun. Mo ń ké pé mo tún rí èèyàn tó fẹ́ help mi, ó tún sọ pé òun bọ́ lọ́dọ̀ mi. Ṣé èmi lówó ibi tó dẹ̀ lọ ibi tí wọ́n ti máa tọ́jú ẹ̀ ni, ó ṣá ló ń bọ̀. So second born mi ó wá síbẹ̀.
Okay, before kẹ́ tó tẹ̀síwájú. She said that, okay, it started about 10 years ago that herself and her husband got separated. And ever since then, she's been with the 3 kids, catering for them. But the whole catering, the whole burden was much on her. And so along the line, she got in contact with someone that was willing to take the responsibility of one of our children, which happens to be the first one. And so the person said that she should bring the first child to her so that he can take care of her. So she did so, but the child only spent a week with the person and decided to withdraw. She said she couldn't stay there again. Then that was when she had to take her second daughter there. Ìgbà tí ẹni alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ ọmọ yẹn alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ wá sáré wá lé padà kí ni ìgbésẹ̀ tẹ̀ ó tó wá gbé.
Dáàdi ẹni ẹ mọ̀ mí gan pásítọ̀ ni wọ́n sọ pé ṣé second mọ̀ mí pé ṣó máa lọ wọ́n sọ pé ṣóun ti gbé ọdún èèyàn rí bú níbẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ tẹ̀lé wọn ó dẹ̀ lọ so ó dẹ̀ ń lọ fún bíi 3 years 4 years and recently ó ṣáà pè mí wọ́n pè mí láti bẹ̀ pé kí wọ́n á mú ọmọ yìí o wọ́n pé kí wọ́n á mú kí wọ́n á máa mú kí mú sọ́dọ̀ pé ìdíwé bọ́n ṣe ń tìtẹ̀ mo ní pé rárá pé kó wà ń bẹ pé téèyàn ò bá jìyà náà kò lè gbọ́n so ìnáwó kan ṣàwà wọ́n ṣàṣe ìnáwó kan sá ọmọ yẹn ṣàwà aṣáàjọ ríra àwọn wá ṣàṣàlàyé ó explain àwọn everything fún mi mo decide pé kó ṣàwà ń bẹ ṣá mo kàn wá wò ẹni tó wá pè mí ní Èkó yẹn tó ṣàlàyé fún mi pé kí n wá mọ ọmọ pé orí kí wà mò ń jẹ́ àlè lórí tó bá wá kú ṣé òun wá láyọ̀ mi ni.
Okay, she said that after she decided to swap her second child with the first one that was not willing to stay with the person, she decided to take the second one there, and she was living there. She lived there for about 4 years. But the 4th year, so she started receiving calls from the people she was living with that she should come and pick her daughter, that she's been behaving somehow. And she said she at first thought of the fact that bringing her back will add up to her responsibilities. So she said that she should please try to still cope for a while. So she said along the line, her daughter too will call her that she's tired of the place, she wants to kill herself. She said when she thought about the whole thing, she now thought within herself that what will now be my joy if this child decided to kill herself eventually. And having heard that in fact she attempted suicide over there, she decided to bring her back. Ẹ tẹ̀síwájú.
Mo ṣàwà mo wá sọ pé ṣé ó fẹ́ máa gbé ọ̀dọ̀ mi ó sọ pé okay jẹ́ kí n sọ fún àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n dáàdì ẹ̀ torí mi ní agbá ẹ̀yin mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta jẹ́ kí n sọ fún amúdẹ̀ ṣàlàyé fún ẹ̀gbọ́n dáàdì ẹ̀ ìwà mọ́mí ẹ̀ wọ́n jẹ́ èèyàn tó dáa torí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wọn gan àwọn dáadáa wọ́n kọ́ wọn lọ́nà ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run so mi dẹ̀ regret láti fi síbẹ̀ wá ibẹ̀ ló ń gbé bọ̀ ń gbà tó yá ó kàn sọ fún mi pé ok wọ́n kàn wá pè mí bẹ́ẹ̀ pé ọmọ yìí àwọn ọmọ nǹkan tó ṣe pé bóyá ẹ̀mí pé ó sọ fún àwọn aráalé pé ó dàbí pé kóun ṣàlàbí kóun para àmọ́nà ìṣàlàyé fún mi sọ pé irọ́ ni o ẹni sì tó bá fẹ́ ṣe pé àti ẹ̀gbọ́n ibi tó ń gbé tẹ́lẹ̀ kì í ṣọ̀dọ̀ family wa kò ṣọ̀dọ̀ family dáadé bọ́ ibi bí yìí and kò sí ẹni sì tó bá fẹ́ ṣe kó ṣe pé ẹ̀wẹ̀ jẹ́ kó wà lọ́dọ̀ yín wọ́n wá ní pé tó bá fún pé ó wà lọ́dọ̀.
Okay, so she said that after her daughter told her that she wants to come back, she later decided to bring her back home. After it was not quite long, she took her to one of her auntie's place. That's more like her father's elder sister. And then she started living there. She said not long afterwards, she received a call from those people too, telling her that we don't know what is wrong with your daughter, come and pick her. She said she wants to attempt suicide, she wants to run away. And so she was fed up. She was telling herself that please, maybe I should just leave her there. Let her do anything she wants. Because the first place she went before, they are not like my relatives. But this place she's in, rather, they are my relatives, like her father's siblings. So let her just attempt anything she wants to do because she was fed up. So she told herself that and also told the people she was living with that.
So also once I became one, mo wá jẹ́ nǹkan tó rò mí nú ṣàbà mí nú jẹ́ pé ó tún sọ̀rọ̀ pé ṣó tún wá da kó tún wá sí ọ̀dọ̀ mi pẹ̀lú pé ibi yìí wọ́n máa tọ́jú ẹ̀ ó ṣáà sọ pé nǹkan tó ń rí nìyẹn mo ṣáà gbà ó dẹ̀ wá sí ọ̀dọ̀ mi. So inú mi dùn nípa sister àǹtí ẹ̀ tí wọ́n ti jọ máa wá síbi tẹ̀tẹ̀lẹ̀ wọ́n sọ pé kí n má wọrí pé kó ṣàmà tẹ̀lé kó dẹ̀ máa wá sí chọ́ọ̀chì pé kó má ìfẹ́ wọn máa fún wa lówó mọ́tò wọn máa fún wa lówó pé kó ṣàmà wá ipá wọn jẹ́rìí Ọlọ́run pé kò sí ẹ̀mí kankan tó bá ṣàtìdé tí pásítọ̀ bá ti rí tó máa ti pray fún pé ó máa lọ sóò ó dẹ̀ ń wá.
Okay. She said afterwards that she now concluded within herself that she should bring her back home. She brought her back home, but she said she had support of some of her relatives, especially the auntie that brought her to the prayer line that particular day, the one that did the chat with her when we watched earlier. So she has been really supportive. She said she will bring her to church to come up and be on the prayer line, in which she did. So fún wa nígbà tó wá mú wá lọ́jọ́ yẹn, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan?
Nígbà tó mú wá ní ọjọ́ yẹn, mú kàn rí pé ó ṣubú. So ó dẹ̀ inú mi ṣáà dùn bí tí mo wà, inú mi dùn gan. But láti ìgbà tó ti wá ní ọ̀dọ̀ mi, àǹtí kan wọ́n máa ń pè wá láti church pé báwo ni ìgbà míì náà ọjà mo máa wà, mo máa sọ pé ó ti wà okay, ó ti wà. So ìgbà yẹn mo tún wá máa ń bi léèrè pé báwo ló tún ṣe wá ń ṣe ẹ́ báyìí o, ṣé poison ló tún wẹ̀ kó tún mu bá àbí kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? But ó sọ pé kò sí nǹkan kan mọ́, àìmí náà dẹ̀ ti o.
Láti ìgbà tí ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run ti gbàdúrà fún. No, you can do better than what you are doing now. Put those hands together for Jesus Christ very well. She says, so this particular auntie brought her to the prayer line that day, as we watched earlier, and then she was placed on the prayer line. She saw when the man of God ministered to her daughter. He said after that time, that anytime she asked her daughter, as a form of following up and checking up on her, that are you still feeling like drinking poison? Are you still having suicidal thoughts? She would tell her no. He said ever since that she watched her up till this very moment, she said nothing is wrong with her daughter. She's perfectly okay. Once again, people of God, put those hands together for Jesus Christ. Ká tó tẹ̀síwájú láti túbà yín sọ̀rọ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká bá àwọn gangan náà sọ̀rọ̀.
Mount Zion.
Land of deliverance and holiness.
Mount Zion.
Land of deliverance and holiness.
Orúkọ mi ni Amos Blessing. Mo ń gbé ní Abẹ́bí. Ẹni tó dúró sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ mi, mọ́mì mi ni wọ́n. Àtìgbà tí mo sọ wá sí orí òkè yìí, ó ní Ọlọ́run ti gba gbogbo ògo torí tẹ́lẹ̀ mo máa ń nírò spirit kan máa sọ fún mi létí pé kí n mú àìpò àbí kí n sá lọ kúrò ní ọ̀dọ̀ ẹni tí mo gbé. But àtìgbà tí senior prophet Jeff Adetuberu tó ti pray fún mi, tó ti fọwọ́ kàn mí lórí, mi ní gbogbo èrò yẹn mọ́.
To the glory of God. Well, she introduced herself and also said that the person standing with her is actually her mother. And she said that she's grateful to God that she knows this mountain, that before she came to this mountain, she used to have suicidal thoughts, a spirit telling her to kill herself. But ever since the man of God, senior prophet Jeff Adetuberu ministered to her, said all those thoughts stopped immediately. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wá bá yín sọ̀rọ̀, bó ló yẹ ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan. Kó tó di pé ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lọ gbọ́dọ̀ ẹni àkọ́kọ́, tẹ́ ń gbọ́dọ̀ mọ́mì yín, ṣé tí ẹ máa ń nírò àwọn èrò bẹ́ẹ̀?
Rárá mà, but torí tó bá ti bú mi àbí tó sọ̀rọ̀ sí mi, ó ní èrò yẹn máa ń wá sọ́kàn mi pé kí n mú àìpò àbí kí n sá lọ.
Ṣé ìgbà tẹ́ ń gbọ́dọ̀ mọ́mì yín tí mọ́mì yín bá bú yín, ṣé àwọn èrò yẹn máa ń wá?
Rárá kò kí n wá.
Ìgbà tó wọ́n di pé ń gbọ́dọ̀ àwọn èèyàn làwọn èrò náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní wá. She said before she started living with people that she does not used to have these thoughts. When she was living with her mom, she doesn't have these thoughts. But when she started living with people, that was when she started having these thoughts. Ẹ sọ fún wa, kí ló máa ń sọ fún yín gan, báwo lọ ohun yìí ṣe máa ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ gangan?
Ìgbà míì tó bá bú mi, mo kàn lè lérò pé bóyá kí n mú àìpò àbí kí n sá lọ. But tí n bá wá ní mi mú àìpò mọ̀, spirit ẹ̀ máa sọ fún mi pé kí n mú àìpò àbí kí n sá lọ, nǹkan nínú méjèèjì.
She said it usually happens that anytime she's being corrected or in a way abused, she will start having these thoughts. The spirit will start suggesting to her that she should kill herself by drinking IPO or she should run away. Ǹjẹ́ tẹ̀tẹ̀ wá gbìyànjú àti bóyá mu IPO náà rí àbí kẹ́ sá lọ rí, ṣé ti gbìyànjú ẹ̀ rí?
Ibi tí mo kọ́kọ́ gbé lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, ìgbà tó ń correct mi tán ní kí n lọ fọ bathroom and toilet. So mo wá já IPO, mo wá mu díẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. So ìgbà tí mo wá mú lọ́wọ́, ni ọmọkùnrin wọn wá ká mi tó wá lọ sọ fún mọ́mì wá rọ epo sí mi lẹ́nu, wọ́n wá sọ pé ká máa lọ sí hospital yìí pé kó má lọ jẹ́ pé mo fẹ́ para mi sí ibi báyìí. So ìgbà tá a dé hospital, wọ́n wá sọ pé kò sí nǹkan kan tó ṣe mí since tí mo ti mu epo.
Okay, she said she actually attempted suicide where she was living at first, that when she was told to wash rather the bathing room and the water closet, that she just started to drink IPO. IPO is actually a bleach. So she said when she was drinking it, one of the persons children came in and saw her. So that one went to report to the person she was staying with, and then immediately they gave her palm oil to drink as a first aid treatment. Afterwards, she was taken to the hospital. They did a checkup on her, and the doctor said that there's nothing wrong with her because she already received a first aid treatment. Immediately, she drank the poison, and so she was okay. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà náà, she injected tó bá tún gbìyànjú àti tún ṣerú ẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ìgbà tẹ́ kúrò ńbẹ̀.
Níbi tí mo gbé ní ìsìn mo ti gbìyànjú ìjọ tí wọ́n correct mi, so bí mo ṣe dé àìpò mi pé kí n mú òní wọ́n pè mí pé kí n máa lọ shop, that's why tí mi ṣe mú mọ́ níjọ́ yẹn.
She said she also attempted suicide when after she left the first place, this second place she's living. She said she attempted suicide there, that she was about drinking the IPO, that when she heard rather the person she was living with called her to come and go to the shop. Said that was what saved her from drinking the IPO that very day. Ẹ wá sọ fún wa ṣáwọn èèyàn tẹ̀ wá mọ̀ ǹjẹ́ tẹ̀ gbìyànjú àti sọ fẹ́nikẹ́ni láyìíká yín.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni mo sọ fún ẹni tó ń gbé lọ́dọ̀ wa wípé ilé ayé tí mo gbé pó ti sún mi. Wọ́n wá sọ wípé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀, wípé mọ́mù gan tó ń kiri mineral nínú òjò nínú pé wọ́n sọ pé ilé ayé ti sún wọn, pé èmi ọmọ kékeré wà ni mo sọ pé ilé ayé ti sún mi. Wọ́n ní kàn ṣe mi náà wípé ìgbà míì mo máa ń lérò pé bóyá kí n mú ipo àbí kí n sá lọ. Wọ́n wá sọ wípé ṣebí church tá à ń lọ ṣebí wọ́n ní prophet kan wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n á ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n á ní why tó jẹ́ pé tí spirit ẹ̀ bá tó wá ṣé mi lè máa pe orúkọ prophet ẹ̀ mú ní tí bá fẹ́ pè gbà mí máa kàn déédéé dákẹ́ lójijì àbí kí n má sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa.
She was asked if she at any point, told anyone around her. She said yes, she did. That when the whole thing got to an height that she could not control herself again, she told a neighbor of theirs. She said when she told the neighbor was like, what happened to you? She said that I'm always feeling like I'm tired of life. I should kill myself or run away. And the neighbor was telling her that even your mom that ox under the sun is not telling anyone or herself that she wants to kill herself. At this young age, what could be the problem? I thought you were going to a church, a prophetic church that you said your prophet is powerful. Why can't you pray with the name of your prophet? And she said to the neighbor that anytime I try to pray with the name of the man of God, Senior Prophet Adetuberu, that there's this silence that just comes to me. I won't be able to call the name again. She said that's what she has been battling with ever since. Katie Philemo. Iye ọmọdún yín jẹ́ lè sọ iye ọmọdún yín fún wa.
14 years old.
You're 14 years old. She was asked how old she is and she said she's 14 years old. Bí ẹ mélòó lójúmọ́ tàbí lọ́sẹ̀ ni ẹ máa ń ní èrò ilẹ̀ míì máa ń sọ fún yín pé kẹ́ para yín.
Anytime tó bá ti correct mi, ìgbà míì ẹ̀mẹ́ta ní èdè. Anytime tó bá ti correct mi ni spirit ẹ̀ máa wá sí mi pé bóyá kí n sá lọ àbí kí n para mi.
She was asked how often does she, have this suicidal thoughts. She said anytime she's been corrected, sometimes twice in a day, anytime she's been corrected, the spirits will suggest to her that she should kill herself or run away from the house. Oda. Kí wá tún làwọn nǹkan míì tẹ́mi náà máa tún sọ pé kẹ́ ẹ ṣe yàtọ̀ sí bóyá kẹ́ ẹ sá kúrò nílé tàbí kẹ́ ẹ para yín, ṣó máa tiẹ̀ ń sọ pé bóyá kẹ́ ẹ mú nǹkan nìkan tàbí kẹ́ ẹ ṣagídí àwọn nǹkan míì wo ló tún máa ń sọ fún yín?
Ìgbà míì tí wọ́n bá kó sílẹ̀ mi máa sọ fún mi pé kí n mú òun bẹ̀ sí wọn ká àbí tó bá gbé nǹkan sílẹ̀ ní tí ò ṣe tèmi ó máa sọ pé kí n mú bẹ̀, but anytime tí bá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ pé mi ni mo máa sọ pé kí n mú.
Okay. She was asked that aside from suicidal thoughts and wandering spirits, the spirits that wants to make her run away, what other things does she experience? What other things does this spirit suggest to her? Said spirits also tell her to take people's things, like steal their things. That anytime she's even trying hard to say that she's not taking it, that spirit will tell her that they did not count this money, they don't know how much is here, they don't know what they left here, so take it. And she said, "Wá gbìyànjú àti ṣe àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ bóyá mo kàn ní nǹkan lẹ́yìn ìgbà tẹ́mi bàbá yín sọ̀rọ̀ tán."
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni mo máa mú torí mi kí mọ̀ nǹkan tó ṣe mí máa kọ́ dédé mu lójijì.
She said that she has done it a few number of times, that she usually doesn't know what goes wrong with her, that she will just find herself taking people's things without our consent, without our knowing self at times. Oda. Ṣùgbọ́n lẹ́yìn ìgbà tẹ́ wá sí orí òkè lọ́jọ́ náà, tẹ́ wá sórí ìlàdúrà yìí tá a wo fọ́nrán rẹ̀ tán lẹ́ẹ̀kan, tí ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run wá bá yín pàdé lórí ìlàdúrà, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan, kí ni ìmọ̀lára tẹ nígbà tí ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run fọwọ́ kàn yín lórí ìlàdúrà?
Nígbà tí wọ́n fọwọ́ kàn mí tí mo ṣubú, ìgbà tí mo dìde, mo notice pé nǹkan kan jábọ́ lára mi. So àti ìgbà yẹn, mi kì í mú kò ní nǹkan spirit ò kí n wá sọ́dọ̀ mi mọ̀ pé bóyá kí n para mi àbí kí iṣẹ́ ní ti.
Láti ìgbà yẹn.
Láti ìgbà yẹn tó
To the glory of God. She said that very day when the man of God, Senior Prophet Jeff Adetuberu, was ministering to her, she felt a presence left her body. And she said ever since then, she no longer takes people's things, steal people's things as the case may be, and no more suicidal thoughts, to the glory of God. Báwo gangan lẹ́yìn gan ṣe wá rí nísìn, kí ni feel nísìn, kí ni àwọn èrò tó máa ń wá sọ́kàn yín nísìn dípò èrò pé kẹ́ ẹ para yín?
Inú mi láti sìn torí tẹ́lẹ̀ tí wọ́n bá kówó sínú ilé mọ́mí kan máa sọ fún mi páwọn wà máa sọ pé mi mówó kọ̀ọ̀kan bọ̀ ní ìsìn tí bá rówó lẹ̀lẹ̀ mi gan máa súnmù fún wọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ní mọ̀ pé owó jábọ̀ láti ìgbà yẹn kò sí èrò pé bóyá kí n jí nǹkan àbí kí n para mi mọ́.
To the glory of God, God put those hands together for Jesus Christ. She was asked that, how is she now feeling? She said she's feeling so good. That's because then she used to, take things as she had said. Well, he said that then anytime our mom keeps money in the house, she will notice that some of the money is missing. And then she will, or are missing, as the case may be, that she will now ask, our mom will ask her that, do you know about this money? It's not complete. I kept some amount here. And she will tell her mom that she doesn't know, whereas she was the one that took it. But she now said, ever since her deliverance took place, that even if her mommy's money fell on the ground, that she will be the one to pick it up for her and give it back to her. That no more thoughts of stealing, no more thoughts of suicide for her. Congratulations, Ekwori Mommy, ẹ jẹ́ kí n bèrè lọ́wọ́ yín gbogbo ìgbà tí wọ́n fi ń fi ẹjọ́ sùn yín pé ọmọ yín fẹ́ para wọn o nǹkan kan báyìí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ báwo ló ṣe rí lára yín gẹ́gẹ́ bí abiyamọ.
Bọ́n ṣe sọ bọ́n ti Èkó yẹn wọn ò tiẹ̀ sọ anything fún mi bóyá kẹ́rù má bàbá mi bọ̀ bí mọ́mí ọkọ mi ẹ̀gbọ́n ọkọ mi tán wọ́n ṣe sọ wọn kì í parọ́ wọ́n ṣe wá sọ yẹn ó wá jẹ́ kẹ́rù bá mi pé ṣé ọlọ́mọ yẹ kí n fojú sunkún ọmọ yìí o ọgbà tán dẹ̀ ti wá sọ pé pẹ̀lú bó ṣe ń ṣe yẹn pé kí n wá mu mo dẹ̀ decide láti wá.
She said when she was told that her daughter was doing all sorts of things, trying to kill herself, she said she was so embittered, she was so sad that she had no choice than to just go and pick her. Ṣùgbọ́n nísìn gbogbo ohun tẹ́ ti gbọ́ tọmọ yín sọ àti ìrírí yín tẹ́ ti rí láti ìgbà tí ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run ti gbàdúrà fún wọn báwo ni inú yín ṣe dùn tó lọ́jọ́ tòní?
Tí ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run ti gbàdúrà fún wọn inú mi tó ti gbàdúrà fún inú mi dùn gan.
Olúwa ṣeun. To the glory of God. She said that she is now happy now after the man of God had prayed for her daughter because she has noticed the changes herself. To the glory of God. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n bi yín ní ìbéèrè yìí mà. Kó tó di wípé wọ́n ní kó mú ọmọ yín wá sórí ìlàdúrà torí àṣẹ rí nínú fọ́nrán lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé ẹ̀yin gan kan tẹ̀lé bá wọn jókòó fi lé wọn lé ẹni tó mú wọn wá lọ́wọ́ ni kí gangan ni kí ni ó jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ fi ní ìdánilójú pé tí ọmọ yín bá wà lórí ìlàdúrà tí ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run bá gbàdúrà fún wọn wọn ò rí ìtúsílẹ̀ wọn.
Ṣé rí mo kàn mọ̀ pé nǹkan téèyàn bá ní èèyàn máa ń fúnyàn àbúrò dádì wa tí wọ́n mú mi wá sí orókè mo lè sọ dáadáa wọ́n sọ pé kéèyàn tó fẹ́ fúnyàn nìkan èèyàn máa wo tọrùn ẹ̀ ayé wọn gan ó ní ìtumọ̀ and the church tó ń lọ àwọn gan lè fi proud ní gbogbo bí so torí ayé wọn live wọn tèmi gan rí yẹn ó fún mi ní ayọ̀ and then èmi náà ní testimony lórí òkè yìí torí ìgbà tí àwọn náà invite mi wá mo dẹ̀ ń wá bí ọ̀sẹ̀ kìíní ọ̀sẹ̀ kejì tí mo wá inú mi dùn gan bóyá mo ti wá bí July August inú mi dùn gan àmì ìdẹ parọ́ mo wá pè wọ́n pé àǹtí Bọ́sẹ̀ o church yìí mo like ẹ o but nǹkan tí mi like bẹ́ẹ̀ ni English tó ń sọ èmi ò gbọ́ English dáadáa o àwọn sọ pé mọ́mí Debbie ẹ ṣe sùúrù Yorùbá class wà wọ́n wá júwe bẹ̀ fún yín mú dé.
Okay, before kẹ́ tó tẹ̀síwájú she said that she was asked that why did she hand over her daughter to the auntie that brought her? Why was she convinced enough that her daughter being placed on the prayer line of Faith and Miracle International Church, and the man of God, Senior Prophet Jeff Adetuberu, ministering to her, will bring deliverance to her daughter? She said yes, that she was so sure that her daughter would receive her deliverance, because there's a Yoruba adage that says that if you want to give anyone that wants to give someone something, if you're about to receive that thing, you first check the person that wants to give you that thing, if the person is worthy enough of giving you whatever he or she wants to give you. So he said she checked the life of that auntie, and she checked it, traced it back to the church she's attending, which is this church. And she said the auntie is someone she can be proud of. So she knows that if the God of her father, Senior Jeff Adetuberu, can do it for this auntie, definitely he would do it for her daughter. That was how she handed over her daughter to this auntie. And she said when she herself now came, she now received her testimony that the first few weeks she came, she enjoyed the service, but she told the auntie, she was like, I enjoyed your church, I enjoyed the service, but I do not understand English, and most of the things that they were saying were in English. So how do I go about it? So she was assured by the auntie that no, you have to join the Yoruba class, which she did. Tẹ̀síwájú.
So nígbà tí mo wá mo ṣáà ti ń wá bóyá bí ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì àbí ọ̀sẹ̀ kẹta tí mo wá Yorùbá class yẹn ni mo jókòó sí. So bàbá wa ń pray, wọ́n wá sọ pé àwọn 13 kan wà ń bí o, wípé ìjákulẹ̀ lórúkọ wọn, wípé wọ́n máa ní promise and faith. Mo ní orúkọ mi gan-an dá. Mo dé ibi tí mo wà yẹn, mo ní ìmọ̀lára, mo ké gan, mo kàn rí pé mo ṣáà ṣubú. Mo wá dìde lẹ́yìn ìgbà yẹn, mo ṣáà sọ pé Ọlọ́run ṣe o, torí pé Ọlọ́run tiẹ̀ wá mi rí, ó dárúkọ mi, wípé Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣẹ́ ogun yẹn fún mi ni. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà instantly yẹn tí wọ́n sọ báyẹn, wọ́n sọ pé èèyàn kan wà bíbí pé gbogbo prayer ẹ̀ wípé kò rí aláàánú, wípé ó ṣáà ń gbàdúrà pé kò ń rí aláàánú. Bí mo ṣe dúró náà, mo ṣáà tún ṣubú, mo nímọ̀ lára ẹ̀, mo ṣáà ṣubú. So àwọn nǹkan méjì yẹn, lẹ́yìn ìgbà yẹn mo ṣáà ń wá sí church, àǹkankan tó wá yà mí lẹ́nu, wọ́n ṣe sọ, ok, wọ́n kàn pray fún mi, wọ́n kàn sọ bọ̀, mo ṣáà ní mọ́ra, mo kàn ń lọ, mo ṣáà ń pray, but nǹkan tó yà lẹ́nu ni pé ọ̀sẹ̀ tó ń sọ, ọ̀sẹ̀ kejì tó ń sọ gangan, mo máa ń kiri drinks ni. So mo wá ní Ògùnpa ni òun náà mo wá ń kiri. Ẹnìkan wà lógùnpa yẹn nìyẹn, olórí ó ní ṣọ́ọ̀bù gan, ó ní owó gan ní Ògùnpa.
Okay, kẹ́tọ́ tẹ̀síwájú, ẹ jẹ́ ń ṣe òun gbé fún tẹ́ sọ. She said that, so she was placed at the Yoruba class, and then this particular Sunday, she said the man of God gave out a word of knowledge that there are 13 people here, they are facing disappointments and promise and fail. She said she just felt this strange feeling, and she didn't know when she cried out and she fell. Afterwards, the man of God also gave out a word of knowledge that there are some people here, they have never, have the opportunity to have helpers before in their life. She said the same thing happened to her. She fell again, that she was crying, she was shivering, she couldn't control herself. She said that same week, she said that same week that something strange happened to her. She usually hawk soft drinks, and then this particular day she was doing the same, hawking her soft drinks.
So Mosha alaji leni Muslim ni. So wọ́n ṣe ti Mecca de ni ó ti pẹ́, but ọ̀sẹ̀ tí ìyanu yẹn yà mí tó ṣẹlẹ̀. So wọ́n ṣá èmi àwọn èèyàn wà lọ kí wọn, mo ti kí wọn, but ọ̀sẹ̀ tí nǹkan tí ìyanu yìí ṣe. So mo ti kí wọn, mo ti lọ kí wọn, mo wá fún wọn ní malt. Àmọ́ wá sọ pé èmi náà fi pray pé lágbára Ọlọ́run pé kiri, mo ṣáà sọ sínú mi pé kiri tí mò ń kiri mi fẹ́ kiri mọ́, mo ṣáà fún wọn, wá sọ pé mo ṣe o, mo dẹ̀ lọ. Ṣé nínú ọ̀sẹ̀ tí ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run gbàdúrà fún yín àbí kó tó dìgbà yẹn lẹ ti lọ? Dìgbà yẹn ni mo ti fún wọn ní bóyá bíi May.
She said this particular Islamic cleric, came back from the journey, and then she said before she came to church, this happened, that people were going to greet her. So she herself went and she took the little soft drink, one of the soft drinks she was selling to the man, and she just gave the man. So the man was appreciative. She left. Not until she came to church that Sunday, and then she experienced her deliverance. Then that week, she was about to tell us what happened with the man. Ẹsẹ̀
mo ṣáà èmi ó kàn ti rẹ̀ mí, mo kàn iwájú ọ́fíìsì wọn mo kàn sọ̀kalẹ̀ síbẹ̀, mo ṣáà ń ta ọjà lọ. Àbí alájí ẹ̀ ṣe wá wọlé, ẹ̀fẹ̀ sọ pé gbogbo àwọn èèyàn sọ pé ó yẹ kó ẹ kó alájí ti fẹ́ wọlé, alájí ti fẹ́ wọlé. Èmi kàn sùn síwájú mi ṣáà so mo ṣe wá jókòó yẹn kò pẹ́ tí wọ́n wọlé wọ́n wá ní pé kán lọ pè mí wá ipe ẹni tó ń ta mineral kan lọ pé wá irú tiẹ̀ bá mi pé àbí wọ́n fẹ́ da ọjà mi nù wọ́n sọ pé kí n wọlé wọ́n ní pé kí n fara balẹ̀ àmọ́ ṣáà dúró síwájú mo ṣáà kúnlẹ̀ síwájú mo sọ pé kí ló tí mo fi ń ta drinks mo sọ pé wípé ìlàkọjá mi mo sọ pé ẹ wò aláàjì pé ilé tí mo tẹ̀ ń gbé yẹn kò tiẹ̀ tẹ́ mi lówó tiẹ̀ ti fẹ́ wó but mo sọ pé ok fara balẹ̀ mo sọ pé so ilé lòun wá báyìí mo sọ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ pé èlò wà nílé tí o ti tó rí mo sọ pé ilé tí mo rí 3,000 náà pé bọ̀ mi agbára mi ò lè gbé torí mi lè gba lé yẹn ilé tó pé ìwọ̀nba tágbára mi bá ká tí màá lè máa san.
ṣé 3,000 lójúmọ́ ni lóṣù.
lóṣù mo wá sọ pé ìwọ̀nba tágbára mi máa ká ni.
Okay, so she said that this particular day she was working, then she got so tired, so she had to drop goods down, and then she was resting, still selling where she was. And this particular place where she was seated was the shop of this particular Islamic cleric where the person she went to give drink like a week before. She said, so the man wanted to drive in, and then people there were like, everybody stand up. The owner of the shop is about to drive in, that everybody should vacate the premises. So in which she also did the same. She said not long after, the man sent someone to come and call her. And so she was afraid. Maybe she had done something wrong, or they want to, to pour her goods away or so. So with fear, she went in to meet the man, and the man calmed her down that he wants to help her, asked her why she's working and what she needs at the moment. So she said that at the moment what she needs is a new house, because where she's currently staying is a dilapidated building. And the man asked that has she seen a better place? She said yes, but the place she saw, they are asked to be paying 3,000 naira per month, and she cannot afford it. And so she was about to tell us further. Kó tó di pé ẹ sọ wípé 3,000 wọ́n ní kẹ́ ẹ máa san inú ibi tuntun tẹ́ ẹ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ rí, èló gangan lẹ́ ń san fún ibi tẹ́ ẹ wà tẹ́lẹ̀. 2,000.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ so wọ́n sọ pé kí n má gba 2,000 mo sọ̀rọ̀ July sí August wọ́n sọ pé kí n má gba ibi bẹ̀ yẹn pé kí n má wípé ìlàkọjá mi ló yẹ kí n máa sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé ó ní 4,000 pé nǹkan pé mo máa san ju tó jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ipe bọ̀ kí n lọ gbọ́ ní 4,000 naira yẹn ipe ló ní èyí ẹ̀ jẹ́ wọ́n sọ pé 48,000 naira wọ́n sọ pé kí a tẹ̀ka èlò ló fẹ́ gbà mí tí ẹ mọ́ nǹkan tí mo tẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ gan wọ́n sọ pé 5,000 wọ́n sọ pé 5,000 wọ́n sọ pé olówó ajé ló jẹ́ 53,000 ó jẹ́ àwọn èèyàn lè máa rò bí ipe kí ni ẹni yìí sọ ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó yà mí lẹ́nu gan pé wọ́n sọ pé ṣé mo ní account number pé mo sọ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe sẹ́ndẹ̀ sí mi lẹ́yìn mú wo pé àbí wọ́n parọ́ ni mo sáré dénú lé mo sáré wò mo sọ pé mi ìṣe ni rest mi ìrírú ọ̀dọ́ mo máa ń gbọ́ mo lè gbowó mo lè dájọ́ bí kí n dájọ́ ọmọ wẹ́rì ìyanu yẹn ó yà mí lẹ́nu gan pé
lẹ́yìn ìtúsílẹ̀ yín, people of God, this is huge. Put your hands together for Jesus Christ. She said the man asked her that aside from because the place, the dilapidated building she was living, she pays 2,000 naira per month. So the man asked her to look for a better one. So she found one of 4,000 naira. And she said the man asked for the price, 48,000 naira with the agent fee, 50,000 naira, and immediately asked for her account and sent it to her. Said to her, this is huge. This is very huge because she has never received such a huge favor before. Bí kó tó di pé ẹ tiẹ̀ wá ní sọ ilé pé ẹ̀rí ńlá ni torí pé ẹ̀rí ó pé gba sí oníkúlùkù èèyàn. Mo fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín bí ìgbà wo lẹ ti nírú àkójọ báyìí gbẹ̀yìn.
Normal mo máa ń dájọ́ mo lè dájọ́ báyìí 5 days 1,000 kó yẹ pé ó lè jẹ́ bí 9 months. So ó lè jẹ́ bí 9 months mo lè gba 48 50 but tí ó pé wọ́n máa fún mi báyẹn cash.
Àjọ yẹn ṣe lóṣù lẹ́ máa ń gbà bí lọ́dún.
Bóyá bí a lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti January ká parí ẹ̀ bóyá bí September ṣá.
Ìyẹn túmọ̀ sí pé kẹ́ tó ríru owó bẹ́ẹ̀ kó jọ bí ẹ̀kan lọ́dún. Wow. This is a huge testimony. People of God, put those hands together for Jesus Christ. Yes, the amount might means nothing to some of us, but to some of us still, it means a lot, because at times it's not even about the amount, it's about the fact that God remembered her. Ọlọ́run ṣí ìwé ìrántí kàn wọ́n. God opened the book of remembrance for her sake. She said she, according to her, she only received such a huge amount once in a year whenever she, she does this thrift, and whenever she collects maybe like for some 50,000, and that's once in a year, that she does not used to have this amount of money together in a year before. This is due to the glory of God. Ẹ kú oríire. Eléyìí gan ó wá fún ní àrídájú pé Ọlọ́run tó lè ṣerú èyí fún yín náà máa tún tọ́ ọmọ yín sílẹ̀. Ọlọ́run tó wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ inú ayé yín ò ní fi yín sílẹ̀. Àdúrà wa nìyẹn. Congratulations ma. Nínú gbogbo ohun tẹ́ ti wá rí yìí, kí wá lè sọ pa agbára Ọlọ́run lórí òkè yìí?
Ọlọ́run orí òkè yìí, mo tiẹ̀ mi mórúkọ tí mo lè fún ni ju pé orúkọ ẹ̀ ó ṣáà jẹ́ ìyanu. Torí ọ̀tọ̀ ní nǹkan tí èèyàn máa rí ní last month, ọ̀tọ̀ ni ó ṣáà máa ń ṣe ó jẹ́ ìyàlẹ́nu, mi tiẹ̀ lè sọ ju pé Ọlọ́run yẹn ó ṣáà ó tóbi, ó jẹ́ ìyanu gan.
Yes, to the glory of God. She was asked to talk about the power of God on this mountain. She said, this God that we are serving, Jesus Christ on this mountain, is such a miraculous God that she used to marvel whenever she sees different testimonies this week, another form of testimonies the following week, that God is just so wonderful and He does wondrous things. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí òbí, kí wá ní ìmọ̀ràn tẹ́ lè gba àwọn òbí náà tó ń wò wá tó jẹ́ pé àwọn náà ti la ìlàkọjá tẹ̀yìn ti làkọjá táwọn ń là lọ kọjá lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí, àbáwọn tó wà lórí ìlàdúrà táwọn náà wojú Ọlọ́run fún irú ẹ̀rí yín pé k'Ọlọ́run tú àwọn náà sílẹ̀, kí ni ìmọ̀ràn tẹ́ lè gbà wọ́n?
Ìmọ̀ràn tí mo lè gbà wọ́n ni pé torí sísá mi tó ń mú mi wá síbi àbúrò ọkọ mi, wọ́n sọ pé kì í ṣe pé kí n dé bílẹ̀ kan kí n sọ pé mo fẹ́ pé kí n mú gbàgbọ́ mi wá kí n dẹ̀ máa wá ṣáṣáṣá. So mi dẹ̀ tí wàá tọ́lọ́run wá fi wá yà mí lẹ́nu, but ìmọ̀ràn tí mo lè sọ fún gbogbo àwọn èèyàn ni pé mo invite àwọn èèyàn gan, bóyá ìyàwó landlord mi wọ́n wà ní church mo ṣe wá, mo sọ fún wọn pé church tí mò ń lọ tẹ bá rí mi tí mò ń gbé ráìsì wálé o, wọ́n fún yàn ráìsì bẹ́ẹ̀, wọ́n fún yàn lóúnjẹ mi, wọ́n fún yàn lóúnjẹ ara, and everybody wá in fact àwọn kan wà ìyàwó landlord mi.
To the glory of God, she rightly said that on this mountain, as the man of God is feeding us with spiritual foods, He's also feeding us physical foods. We know that recently the man of God has started a mission of giving relief support to everyone. So she said she was even inviting people that come and collect, that God on this mountain is faithful, as a form of word of advice to viewers all over the world and everyone seated here. Actually also people sitting on the prayer line today. She said one counsel she got from the person that invited her to this church is that she should not just come once and decide to leave after receiving healing or deliverance. She should keep coming to the glory of God. Bí oṣù mélòó lẹ ti wá fi ń wá báyìí?
Mo ti wá bá bí July láti wá bí June sí July.
Bí oṣù mẹ́ta lọ́lọ́run dẹ̀ ti ṣiṣẹ́ ìyanu báyìí. Olúwa ṣe. She said she's just been coming for like 3 months now, started coming around July, and God has been faithful to her. Ní báyìí mo fẹ́ bọ́ bí ní gbẹ̀yìn pé lọ́jọ́ kìíní àná tí ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run wá gba ọmọ yín sórí ìlàdúrà tí wọ́n gbàdúrà fọmọ yín lórí ìlàdúrà àti ọ̀rọ̀ àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ tí ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run sọ sínú ayé yín tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti ẹ̀ wá fọwọ́ kàn yín gan, wọ́n sọ jáde ni lẹ́yìn rí ti yín mú ń bẹ̀, kí wà lè sọ pé ẹ san fún gbogbo tẹ̀ tí rí gbà yìí?
Rárá, mi sọ nǹkan kan o.
She said she didn't pay anything for her deliverance, for her daughter's deliverance. Everything was free of charge. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ̀yin àtọmọ yín star blessing kẹ́ jọ̀wọ́ yín sọ Ọlọ́run kẹ́ sọ pé Jésù ò ṣe tó tú mi sílẹ̀ tó tú ẹbí mi sílẹ̀ o.
Jésù ò ṣe tó tú mi sílẹ̀ tó tú ilé mi sílẹ̀.
People of God, appreciate Jesus Christ on behalf of this family, and thank you so much for coming to share your testimony to the glory of God.
Please, not there but they've been doing that for fire all over their body. Please, not there but they've been doing that for fire all over their body.
My name is Ms. Oloyibo Adetuberu. I stay at Ologweru. I'm a businesswoman. Last week, man of God walked up to me and told me that one day a regbe for me. And it's true, because this is not my first time of hearing that. And they used to do it for me. 2 years ago, one prophet told me that I'm this thing, Emery spirit, that I have Emery spirit. So he told me to buy pots, wrapper, new earring, everything. So he bought it for me. And I put on the pot and with the wrapper. We go to the wilderness. And they start beating me with brooms. So after, they told me that I should be going, that I should not look back. So, and I can remember 2021, when I was pregnant, and one woman also took me to the river, bought different type of fruits. They will take you to the river, start praying, beating me with brooms, and then we pour the fruit inside the river. So they used to tell me that I have these Emery spirits. So until the man of God walked up to me and told me that, and he delivered me.
All right, man. People of God, put your hands together for Jesus. Okay, prior to the time when you met either the woman or the man that you said was a prophet, that you should come and do those rituals, what was happening in your life that maybe made you to feel that what these people are telling you, you actually need to do a ritual? Were you experiencing anything, or did you observe anything about your life personally that made you succumb to what they told you to do?
Yes. Maybe when we are financially broke. So we used to do something like that.
All right, ma. So the first one, you said you bought things, they gave you pots and all that. And so, like, how much did you spend for that particular one?
Like 20,000.
All right, ma. So the other one about the pregnancy, can you, give us a little more details about it?
Every month I used to go to the river. So we bought fruit, broom, white wrapper. We spend like 15, 20 every month.
Every month.
Yes.
So they need to be. So what did they tell you they are trying to do every month to you that you have to?
The woman told me because of my delivery, so that on the day of delivery it will be easy for me. That's what the woman told me.
So every month you buy fruits. Every month they beat you, and you do those rituals.
Yes.
All right, ma. So you said you had done one before with a particular prophet. Then you did the second one of the pregnancy time. Did you maybe explain to the person, the woman that told you you still have, the Emery spirit, that you've done something similar before, or you just
She knows.
went ahead? Okay, she knows.
Yes.
Does she know these other prophets?
No.
Okay, so how did she know? Did you tell her? How did she know?
I told her.
You told her that?
Yes. That one prophet told me that I should buy all these things. And she said no.
So, and what did she say? She still insisted that you are still going to
yes.
do it again. Yes. All right, ma. So, ma, during those 9 months when you were doing those things, was there any time that you felt that maybe this thing is not proper, that maybe you should just stop, or were you like looking forward to it? Maybe they had been able to let you know that, you have issues with your delivery, or how was your response to those, rituals that time?
I thought the thing is well, so I didn't feel anything.
All right, ma. So before your prayer from the man of God, what kind of dreams, were you having that made you feel that maybe probably you actually have something related to what they were telling you?
I do see myself in my secondary school time, maybe with my late mom, something like that.
All right, and how often do you usually have these type of dreams, ma?
It's more than 3 years now.
And how often do you have it?
Every time.
You have it every time. And when you wake up, how do you feel after waking up, after having this type of dream?
I pray to God.
You pray, all right. Did you tell these people that were doing these rituals for you that usually have this type of dreams?
No.
You did not explain to them. All right. So what can you tell us about your marriage? How are things between you and your husband and your family?
It's somehow difficult because I can remember vividly. Past 2 months, me and my husband, we had an issue. It was very, very terrible. So just have to travel. So later he called me on phone that I should leave the house, pack my things, that he's no more doing again. That he went somewhere, they say the Emery spirits, that they are dealing with him. So since then, we have not been talking like before, so he doesn't care anymore.
All right, that they are dealing with him.
Yes.
In what way? What area of his life are they dealing with him?
Because we had an issue, so I cursed him. So he said, when he went out there, they say it's the maybe people that is doing all sorts of things to him.
Okay, you said you people had an issue and you cursed him.
Yes.
So it now seemed like maybe your curse is what was happening to him. Yes. So aside from your husband, has there been any time that maybe you were angry or you cursed somebody and maybe later you noticed that it's like what you said about that person has actually come to pass?
Yes.
So please, can you just share one or two with us, ma'am?
If I'm angry, if I say something, it do come to pass.
Okay, so give us an example. Like you said with your husband, you cursed him and he's there
yes.
noticing it.
Okay.
So like
when we had an issue, so when I cursed him, he lost his job, everything. So.
All right. So what were the exact thing? What was the kind of curse that you made then?
That day he slapped me. So I said, "Oh, ni to my bed way." And I said,
okay, that he would not see a prophet that will be able to remove whatever he has done, the pain he has caused you. Yes. Wow. And like how long after did he start having issues at his work and business?
It's not even up to a month, Cham.
All right. Was there any time that you felt that probably maybe it was what you said that is now coming to pass?
Yes.
So what did you then do when you noticed that kind of thing, man?
I started praying to God because it was out of anger. I didn't mean it.
All right, man. So do you usually, get angry that often and
not really
curse people? So
no, not really. It's because he slapped me. That's the reason why.
All right. So aside from your husband, like I asked earlier, can you give us another example? Maybe you cursed somebody, or maybe you actually even said something, whether good or bad this time around, and it comes to pass.
I noticed that when I'm angry, if I said something that when you can either do me by my room, so.
And it usually happened. And was there any time you felt that this is kind of strange? That why is it that any time you curse somebody, yes, it actually happened? Did you think like that? So no, explain. Just what?
Okay, like one guy is my friend. He bought bread from me, so he didn't pay me. I was like, you do me, bye. But, okay. I was calling him to pay me. He didn't answer me, so he blocked me. So later, when I saw him that day, I was like, do me, where's my money? And he told me that since then that you don't know how his life is, Cham.
Things are no longer going well for him. For the benefit of those that don't understand Yoruba, she said there was a time someone bought something from her and the person did not pay, and the person actually even blocked her. And when she saw the person was still giving an attitude, and she caused the person that he would see. And shortly after that, things started going bad for that person. All right, ma. So that day, when the man of God came to you, it was your first time coming to the church, right? It was first time coming here, okay. And the man of God walked up to you. Has there been a time you went somewhere and we saw the video when the man of God was praying for you, you were on the floor and everything. Has there been any time you've experienced such before?
No.
So can you tell us what was going through your body at that very moment?
That day, my body is somehow, when it touched me, as if my body is hot.
Your body was feeling hot?
Oh, yes.
And what do you think happened to you? Why do you think your body was hot at that very moment?
I don't know.
You don't know. It was the power of the Holy Spirit that was touching you that day. All right, ma. So what can you say after that deliverance? What have you noticed in your life, in your family, with your husband? After that deliverance, what changes have you noticed, ma?
My husband started calling me. Because before, he's no more calling me before. He said I should just pack my things out of the house. I've already called my family that I should just be going. So after the deliverance, I think it was on Tuesday, then he called me. How is everything? This and that. We started talking. Even he started posting me on his status. I miss my wife, something like that.
I feel like we can do better than that. Put those hands together for Jesus. After just a touch from our father, senior prophet G.F. Adetuberu, the same husband that said is the wife that is doing him and he went somewhere and told her to pack out of the house, started calling her. So the God that started this will complete it for you in Jesus' name. Congratulations. How about those dreams that you dream, you see yourself in your past, seeing yourself with dead people?
That last week, I've not even dreamed.
You've not had such dream. People of God, put those hands together for Jesus. Congratulations, ma. So, what word of advice do you have for people? We also have some people that are here for the first time. You are here for the first time. What word of advice do you have for people that might have fallen into your shoes? Like you said, somebody just walked up to you, told you are this, and you should come and start, doing some rituals, and you fell for it, and over time, it created different problems. So what word of advice do you have for people that usually just, go from here to there, doing this ritual, thinking they're actually trying to appease a god or a spirit? What can you say, ma?
It's not good to be going from one church to another, because if you are looking for another, if you are going around, I don't know how to express myself, because assuming I've not been going to that woman, she won't tell me that I should be doing all this, beating me for a good 9 months. It's not that easy. So people should not be going around.
Indeed, like she said, people should not go around. People should try and stay, with God, in the right way. All right, ma. Congratulations once again, ma. And how much were you asked to pay that day after your deliverance?
Nothing.
How much were you asked to pay?
Nothing, sir.
You were not asked to pay any money? Yes. Were you asked to bring fruits or?
No.
And were you beaten? Maybe we took you to a corner and you were beaten after your prayer, ma.
No.
You were not beaten. People of God, put those hands together for Jesus. Yeah, at Faith America International Church, Jesus is free. Everything here is free. Prophecies, healing, and deliverances. So what word can you say? What can you say about the God of this mountain that delivered you from something that they were trying to deliver you, and whereas they were more or less torturing you and just taking money from you for months and months?
Indeed, God is here.
Indeed, God is here. People of God, put those hands together for Jesus. So right now, I'd like to just wave your hand to Jesus and say, thank you, Jesus, for delivering me.
Thank you, Jesus, for delivering me.
And thank you for coming to share your testimony to the glory of God.
My name is Rebecca Samuel. I live at Apata. I'm a fashion designer. The person beside me, she's my sister. She woke up on Wednesday morning, so I saw her leg was swollen. So I asked her that what happened to her. She said she slept and she woke up and she saw her leg swollen. So that is why I invited her to the church, so that the man of God can pray for her. It has affected her a lot. She can't walk, she can't bathe, she can't cook, she can't do a lot of things by herself.
Only in the Benin. I just woke up on Wednesday. I can see that my leg has swelled up. So I not be wonder that why someone can wake up on the morning and see that he or she's leg is changed. Nothing happened to me, and I cannot walk at all. I want God to heal me perfectly.
Let your faith rise. Jesus is the healer. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. You can see that. There's the case of swollen left leg and difficulty in walking for the past 1 week. She even has difficulty in standing, and now the power of God is falling upon her mightily for total deliverance and total healing. You can see that left leg. You can see her swollen left leg. You can see that on your screen. Satan is the cause of all this, but Jesus Christ has come to set us free.
Wow.
My name is Rebecca Samuel. I live in Apata. I'm a fashion designer.
Can you tell us who the person beside you is?
She's my neighbor. Yeah.
Please go ahead and share your testimony.
Okay. I brought her here 3 weeks ago. She was having swollen leg. So I just saw her in the house. So I asked her what happened to her. She said she just woke up and she was having swollen leg. So I asked her that what really happened. She said she don't know. I said, okay, there's no problem. I'll bring you to my church. So God will heal you. That is why I brought her.
Okay, so you saw her with a swollen leg
Yes,
3
ma'am.
weeks ago.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you were worried and asked her what happened. Then
Yes, ma'am.
she told you, and then you said you bring her to church. So tell us, bringing her to church, what happened?
Bringing her to church, so they put her on healing line. They placed her on healing line. And the man of God prayed for her. So now she's fine. She's healed.
To the glory of God. People of God, put your hands together for Jesus Christ. All right, before we continue with you, let's get to talk to our sister.
Monzayon. My name is Dina Benis. I live at Akpata. I'm a hairdresser. So I came here today to thank God for healing me today. And I thank God for life. I thank God for my life because I can't walk before. Because I cannot walk before, but today I thank God that I walked.
Glory of God. All right, so Ma, we would like you to tell us what actually happened before you were brought to the prayer line. When did it start?
On Wednesday morning, that day, I woke up early in the morning, see my leg that I swelled. So I not be crying, started crying and call my brother. Oh, see my leg. What happened to me? I cannot walk. I just started crying. So, and my brother said, my brother started abusing me. I'll be telling you not to be sleeping on the chair, not to be. Oh, did you see me sleeping on the chair? Maybe you saw me on the bed yesterday. So, my brother used rub to help me to rub it. And when he rubbed it, the thing started paining me. Oh, I started crying again. The thing. So my brother now tell me that I'm going to shop. I'm going to shop. Remaining you at home. Oh, who want to give me food? Who want to be? So in the night, my brother now called me that he cannot come out today. Who want to cook for me? Who want to? I cannot do anything. So my brother said, I'll be telling you not to be sitting down on the chair, not to be sleeping on the chair. There's bed. There's bed for you.
That means that your brother thought that it was because you usually sleep on the chair that your leg became swollen.
Yes.
Okay, ma. So after the whole thing happened, and then your brother decided to rub the leg, and there were no changes. Tell us the difficulties you were having in this leg. What were the things you were not able to do?
Before, I cannot do anything. What I can do is to sleep. I can't do anything. So before
you could not walk. Were you feeling pain? Please tell us. Were you able to walk at all?
I was in sorrow at that time. I cannot do anything. I cannot, even if I want to.
Even
they
if
will
you want
just
to
give
sit.
me potty. They will give me potty to wee on that thing. To put there. I will help you to carry it. So everything I want to do, they are helping me to do it. I can't do anything.
Wow. Okay, ma. So when your neighbor, that's the sister we can see, stand up beside you now told you about this church, what made you to come?
When she told me that, I'm assuring you, she said it with confidence. I'm assuring you, the leg will gone. Say, I think the leg will gone. That's how she's telling me. The leg will go. So the leg will go.
That means your leg will be healed when you come.
I now follow her. That's what makes me. So the leg will go. Say, I'm not showing you. So I now follow her.
That means that day when you came to the prayer line of Faith and Miracle International Church was your first time.
Yes, that was
In
my
this church?
first time.
Wow. Okay, then we could see when the man of God was ministering to you on the prayer line and how you were reacting to the power of God. You were even trying to, stand and the rest. What was happening to you? What changes were you noticing in your body instantly?
The leg relieved me. I can walk small.
Instantly?
Not like before, but I can walk. I can bend down. So I just started doing something. Small.
Wow, that was immediately after the man of God ministered to you. Wow. So from that time till now, tell us now, what drastic changes have you noticed in your body, in your leg?
Everything don't change. I can wash plates. I can cook. I can fetch water. I can do everything.
To the glory of God. In fact, now, Ma, you are even putting on a shoe. Could you put on a shoe before?
Before, I can't wear anything. I will just use the slippers to decorate my leg. So I will just use that slippers to decorate. That slippers, the slippers is not size me, but I will just use it to decorate. So that
Wow. Come on, put those hands together for Jesus Christ. So, Ma, we would like you to now touch the leg, exercise the leg. What you could not do with it before, do it now. Let's see. Let the old world see. Touch the leg, stamp. Yes, do it very well. Let's see if you are still feeling pain. Bend down. To the glory of God. Tell us, could you do this before? Could you do this before when you were feeling the pain, Ma?
No, I cannot do that. Even though I cannot bend down to take something.
Now bend down. Let's see you bend. To the glory of God. Put your hands together for Jesus Christ. We could even see then that you could not, walk. So can you just, go to and fro? Let's see to the glory of God. Wow, people of God, put those hands together for Jesus Christ. Wow. We could all see when she came to the prayer line that very day, her leg was swollen. It was swollen to the extent to the extent at which it was looking as if it wants to burst, because it was like just so swollen and looking so painful. But here is our sister now, to the glory of God, showing her excitement, and we are celebrating our deliverance and our healing with her as well. Congratulations, Ma. Congratulations, Ma. So, Ma, tell us, Ma, if you are asked to talk about the God you have encountered on this mountain, what can you say about him?
The Lord is in this church, and when they say something, that something will happen, it will happen. And when they say this thing, if anybody will come here with any sickness, if they told the person that this thing will go tomorrow, that thing will go. Because they tell me that next tomorrow this leg will go, and that day, and the day that they told me that on Wednesday you will see your leg, and that Wednesday,
that was the Wednesday after you came to the prayer line.
Yes.
Wow. Just as you confidently brought this our sister that very day to the prayer line, believing that the God on this mountain is going to heal her, which eventually, yes, she is sharing her testimony to the glory of God. What word of advice can you, give to the people on the prayer line?
They should have faith. They should just have faith and believe in the man of God.
And to you, Ma, what prompted you to tell her confidently, because she dwelt on the word, you told her confidently that if she should come to this church, be placed on the prayer line, she's going to be healed. What made you to talk with so much confidence?
I'm a worker. Yeah, so I know how God works here. So that is why I have the faith.
Wow. So you went about preaching the gospel and the good news of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ about the fact that he's still in the business of healing. Wow. Viewers all over the world, we are here to tell you, based on what you have seen, based on what you have heard, that Jesus is still in the business of doing the miraculous healing, setting the captives free. If you believe so, put your hands together for Jesus Christ. So, ma, that very day when you were placed on the prayer line, did anybody come to collect any money from you? Maybe before or after the man of God ministered to you?
Nobody collects money from me.
Your healing and deliverance free of charge?
It's free of charge.
Wow.
If it is herbalist or Alafa, before they will do anything, they will first collect money, 200K, like 100K, but in front of God, it's free.
Yes.
Everything is free.
Because Jesus Christ is free. Wow. Right about now, I would like the both of you to just give the glory back to the King of Kings and say, thank you, Jesus, for healing my sister.
Thank you,
Jesus, for healing me.
Thank you, Jesus, for healing me.
People of God, join this family. So appreciate the name of the Lord. And thank you for coming to share testimony to the glory of God.